Hi, today we'll be talking about the Leica Mini 2. It's the second gen Hero, a second iteration of the first Leica Mini series, and this one that I'm holding is fully automatic. It has a 35 millimeters fixed lens with f3.5, and it has some cool features than the older siblings and also have some nifty upgrades. So stick around and see all the features and what it packs and holds for you. So talking about design of this camera, mine came with this protective case. Has a Leica logo here, which is beautiful and compact. And I just know like the screen would not get scratched because the lens doesn't have a cover. Right in the front, you will notice that you have your typical electronic flash. Next to it is the autofocus sensors, and there's two of them. And between it is the viewfinder. And next to it, there's two small circles. One actually looks like a clock, it's like a countdown, which is the timer. And once you start firing, it will have a red LED. And next to it is the sensor for exposure metering. So, and looking on the top of the camera, you have your on and off button. And on the bottom of it is the rewind button. And next to it is the shutter release button. And moving on the other side, you have your LCD screen, you have your mode button, and you have your self timer button. And on the sides, you have an area to put a wrist strap. And on the back of the camera itself, it has the release button. So, you can press it and have access to your film. On the bottom, we have an area for a tripod. And this is where your battery goes to, is the battery door. So, and it does take a CR123A battery, which you can find in most drugstore. Overall, the design aspect, my take, it's very small, compact. It fits in my jeans, in my shirt. I can take it anywhere. Very travel friendly, I would say. And yeah, I think it's very, it sits in your hands really well. It has these areas that you can, put your finger there and have a very good grip. Talking about the features of this camera, this model was enhanced from the old one to have this new autofocus, which is quieter. It's a pre-focus mechanism that they add into it, so it's not too loud when the camera itself is trying to focus. And the lens itself, it's a 35 millimeter fixed lens. So, the good thing is it takes beautiful pictures, but you don't have the zoom capacity or to change the lens itself. So other than that, it has an aperture of 3.5 to f14, and it has a shutter speed of 1/5 to 1/250th of the second. At the back for the film, it has an auto rewind, which is nice, so you don't have to use like a SLR where you had to rewind the film, which is good. And it also has a backlight indicator telling you if the subject is in focus or not. So it has this green light. When it's blinking, it means it's not in focus, and when it stays completely on, that means your subject is in focus. Also, you can have, it has a DX reader, so you can put pretty much any type of film in here. And if your film canister doesn't have a DX code in it, it automatically sets the ISO to 100 ISO. My personal experience with this beautiful camera so far, I love the 35 millimeter fixed lens. My pictures came out very great and beautiful. It hasn't disappointed me so far. And I just love how small and compact this camera is. I've taken it to a lot of places where I know, because SLR is heavy and most of the time they're made out of metal, but this camera I can take it pretty much anywhere with me. It's very light, I know it's plastic, it's not going to be durable for a long period of time, but other than that, it takes beautiful pictures. I've taken like portrait pictures with it, you know, landscapes, automobiles, you know, you name it. And it's just performed really well. And sometimes I was surprised when I got my results back from it. So I would say some of the downside of the camera is the lens doesn't have a cover. I do have this case protector, but still, like, what if something like pitch throughs and something happens, you know? So yeah, so that's one downside of it. Another thing is I noticed it doesn't take double exposure photos. I do that sometimes to experiment with double exposure photos, but you know, it doesn't have that capability on this. And but yeah, those are the only small downside of it. It has a lot of other good, you know, good side of it. So yeah, I mean, I love this camera. I take it everywhere, and I know it performs well all the time. So this portion, I'll be rating this camera. 1 being very poor, 5 being very excellent. So yeah, so I put it 4.5, and the reason why, I mean, I was gonna give it 5, but you know, just like doesn't have a lens cover and you know, the double exposure feature. But yeah, I mean, I bought this camera for around $200 US, which excellent condition. It didn't came with the original box, but it came with the small leather case. But yeah, if you find it anywhere, I would say ranging between 250 to 300, and the prices are maybe, I don't know when you're watching this video, could be increasing. But if you find it in excellent condition with the case, even without the case, I think it's a, you know, it's a good steal. It's a cop for sure. And yeah, so you know, I would definitely look into this Leica Mini 2. So my conclusion for this camera is I highly recommend the Leica Mini 2. It's just such a fantastic camera to able to pick it up and you know it will perform. I've, you know, in bright conditions, taken portrait photos, or just going, you know, taking family portraits, or just going over your friend's house and taking some pictures over there. Very fun, compact size to take it anywhere while you're traveling. So I highly recommend this camera. And if you want to know another camera that has the capabilities of zoom and also, you know, has a lens cover, I actually did a recent review about the Leica Mini Zoom, and I'll have the video link above. Take a look at this and see if this fits your lifestyle. You know, your mileage may vary, so it just depends. You know, what do you want? What kind of photos you want to take, and what kind of outcome you want from them. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And if you can please hit the thumbs like and subscribe, and go out there and shoot. Peace.